And welcome back to another video. So this one is 4.52 and we're troubleshooting EIGRP again. Same topology as the last ticket. So we have 3 routers, 2 switches and a PC. The idea is to work our way through to resolving the ticket. And just in case you forgot the topology in use, here it is. So that's our reference topology used in the first 2 tickets. So the scenario is an outside company has come in to do some security work, and what that work was to secure the routing between the devices. So problem is they left without confirming everything was working, because router 2 stopped sharing routing updates about networks to router 1. So this is a problem. So what we have is our 452 lab, ticket number 2. So we have an issue with updates not coming between these 2 devices. So let's open up router 1 console and let's have a look at the routing table. So it's getting 1683 via the switches from router 3. What about the 1030? It's getting that. It's interesting. So let's typos. IP protocols 412.111, where 10.12.6.1 and we have adjacencies with both gateways. So we have a passive interface configured for VLAN 2. So far there's nothing there that shouldn't be. So let's see what router 2's got going on. Well, 172.16.1 is happening. And we have one coming up via 10.12.1, which is router 1, and 992, which is up via router 3. So interesting. What's happening with the 10.0.23? It's coming from both directions, which are directly connected. Alright, so let's debug EIGRP packets. Let's let that run for a little bit. See what's going on. Alright, so we'll turn that off and scroll back up and have a look at what's going on. So received a packet with MD5 authentication, ID 1. Received the hello. sending, receiving, so it seems to be receiving packets with encryption. There's encryption key. Show IP protocols again. Sending updates every. That's the wrong protocol. Anyway, not set, flagged. Alright, so if we do a show IP EIGRP interfaces with detail. So 00 is the one facing router 2. It has encryption mode, MD5, keychain is security. Okay, it's got a peer. We have 1.1, which is facing router 3 via the switches. It's also got security MD5. So let's have a look at what that keychain and that is. So it's just pretty straightforward keychain. Alright. Show IP EIGRP interfaces detail. So 00 is facing router 1. It's got MD5 and keychain. And that's working correctly. It's by set. So let's have a look at what show keychain. Key 1. Cisco 12345. So it's the same keychain as the other side. Show IP protocols. Did I do that one here? Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Outgoing update filters. Gigabit filtered prefix list. That could be bad. Okay, so that's our security. So we've got a distribution list going out to router 3, not the reported tick of router 1. That's interesting. Alright. Let's jump across to 3. Bring that up on the screen. Show IP protocol So filter's not there. Show IP routes. And we've got 192.1 coming in via router 1. 10.12 coming in via router 1. That should be via router 1 and router 2. Okay, so we definitely are getting that filtered out. So let's go back to router 2, have a look at our prefix. So it's denying 172.16. Interesting. Alright, so we're filtering quite a bit of routes, and the distribution list is outbound on 01, so pointing towards router 3, which means it's not getting a complete update. So we need to highlight that and config T, paste that, and come back to the start of this line, put no in front of it to remove it, Control Z, and now if we jump over here, wait for the resync to redo its thing, do its recalcs, redo the routing table, and we now are getting the routes via both directions with cost load balancing. So this is good. Okay, it's very important for a good understanding of the network, and when we're looking at this network, the cost of sending updates between these three routers, we effectively have a link between router 1 and router 3, just the same as the ones in router 2. Now, as they are all the same speed, gigabit, we should be having equal costs. So when we were looking at the routing tables on router 3, we should see this 10-12 network load balanced between router 2 and router 1, because the cost to get there is exactly the same regardless of the path that we took. Whereas when we first looked at the routing table in router 1 and router 3, I should say, 10.0.12 network was only available via router 1. So if we just pop that back in and scroll up, see here it's only available via the 172.16.1.1 neighbor, which is router 1. Once we restored the update, so we removed the prefix filters, we now have those coming out. So if we do a show IP EIGRP topology, so this is only going to show the ones that are injected into the forwarding table. Okay, so our routing table. And if we do the all link, we'll see the others that are not. So see here we've got only 10.12 being shown as alternative paths, but we've also got an alternative path to this network over here for the PC, but it's not in the routing table because the reported distance is higher, okay, than the feasible distance. So it's very, very interesting. But that's our problem solved. So if we go back over and just check connectivity, open up PC1, and I'm sure we'll just do this because it won't be there because it started up before the other devices. So give it its DHCP number. And now we should be able to ping our way around. And 192.168.3.1. So alrighty. Short and sweet. So what was the issue? The issue was Routers 3 routing table did not display the feasible successor for the 10.0.12.0 network, which it should have done because of equal cost load balancing being in play. It should have had an equal cost to that network via router 1 and router 2. It only had routers 1 route path. So on investigation we found that router 2 had a prefix list outbound on gigabit 01, which was filtering out those routes. So once we remove that from the interface, updates from router 2 included the 10.0.12.0/24 network, and we got our equal cost load balancing routes back into play. Okay, so that's a relatively shorter troubleshooting ticket. Hope you found it informative. Until next time, bye for now.